Sandra. Could you do me a favor and hand me my plugs over there? Hey everyone, it's Laura Milligan. It is Monday morning. I am here for my Facebook Live this week, and I just realized my phone, the plugs. My friend Sandra's here. She's coming to my rescue already, and I haven't even started. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I noticed that my phone is running a little low on juice, and so I need to plug it in so that we can go through this. If you're there, say hi. Give me a shout out. Let me know where you're coming from. Let me just get all hooked up here. Sorry about that. I just happened to look up and it was like, oh no, I'm on low power, so I need to get plugged in here. Thank you all for joining me today. I have what I think are some pretty cool cards to share with you featuring the Frosted Forest bundle, or suite, I'm going to call it. It is one of the online exclusives that came out in July, and I've used it a little bit, which I'll show you the card that I made a while ago. I used it when I was sharing ways to use our glass mat with some embossing paste. So I'm going to bring in that card again to show you. But hello, and thank you for being here. Let me see if anyone's here with me yet today. So we had a really fun weekend. It was my holiday retreat. We started at 9:30 and stamped all morning and into the afternoon. I think everybody was done by like 3 o'clock or so, and they were tired at the end of the day. There's Anne Marie. She was here. She came down from Michigan. I had a couple people come from Michigan, so that was fun. I have 2 extra kits from the retreat, and this retreat we made giftables, things that you can gift to other people at Christmas time. Although honestly, I think that a lot of the people that were there keep some of the things for themselves because they're pretty cute. But I have 2 extra kits, and if you're local to me, the kit would be $70. We made, I don't know, 10 or 12, 13 projects, and if you're not local to me, it would be $85, and that would include priority shipping. So I'm going to switch my camera view down, and I have a quick little peek of some of the everything that we made. So I'm going to give you a little peek at all of that. Here's all the goodness. And so, like I said, I have 2 extra kits. So if you are interested, last time I did a retreat, I actually had 1 extra kit, and it sold that same day. So if you're interested, don't delay. Let me know. I like to just give you a little teaser there. But I think everybody really loved the projects, and we had a great day. Next thing I want to tell you about before I get started with stamping. Hey, Colleen, how are you? Happy Monday. I'm going to bring in my supplies for our 12 Days of Christmas that Sherry and I are holding. We did this last year, and it was very well received, and so we decided to do it again this year. It starts on October 21st. Registration closes on October 6th. I had an early bird registration special that ended on Friday, but I was so caught up in all this retreat preparation that I forgot to send that email out. So I'm extending the early bird registration through today, the end of the day. So if you haven't registered yet, or if you registered Saturday or Sunday, you're still going to get the early bird early extra little gift, which is a set of iridescent rhinestone gems, which you can use on any project. But 12 Days of Christmas, so we are featuring, you are going to get so many ideas, at least 24. And one of the bundles that we're using is the Snowy Wonder. The other one is Reindeer Fun, which I don't have in front of me right now, which is fine. Here are my iridescent faceted gems. Those are what you get if you're an early bird. So if you are considering doing this, don't delay. It is going to be so much fun. As a participant, you're going to get 2 packs of designer paper, both of these. You're going to get a bolt of the peppermint twine, and then a pack of the little white loose snowflakes, which are really, really, really fun, and we'll be using those on all the different projects. We will be going live starting October 21st, Monday through Saturday, and then we'll take Sunday off, and then the next week, Monday through Saturday. So it's 12 days almost in a row that we will be sharing ideas with you, and you will get a fun packet in the mail from us with all your products, as well as a little bag labeled 1 through 12 for the 12 projects that you'll be doing. And then we will make those one at a time together. I've had people ask me, what if I can't be there live every time you're doing this? You can watch the replay anytime. We'll also upload this to YouTube, so if you're not on Facebook, you'll be able to watch it through YouTube. Most people at least have access to that. But it's super, super fun. Tons of ideas, and so don't miss out on our 12 days of Christmas. All right, so today is the last day of the Stampin' Up! Business year, and this is my host code that I'm using. That is current through the end of the day today. I'll put a different one out starting tomorrow, but if there's anything you've been waiting to order, I'd appreciate any order today. I'm trying to boost my sales, so if there's something you've been thinking about ordering that you haven't yet, you can always wait till October too. I appreciate any and all orders, but okay. So this is the bundle that I am using. It is called Frosted Forest. I almost said Frosted Flakes. These are the dies. Now what I love about this bundle is it's trees, and we all love trees. Of course, we all know they're great for men and women. And these trees, they're like year-round trees, right? There's the pine trees. There's this tree. I don't know if it's like an oak or a maple or whatever. And then it has some really wonderful sayings. I love this one. It says, "No beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart." And these are the dies. I'm going to use a couple of these today. But you can see there are dies for Christmas trees. There's also this really cool die, which is like a silhouette and a landscape. There's birds, different trees, outlines of trees, detailed trees. Really, really great. Really, really great bundle. And then I am pairing it with the Splendid Autumn paper, which is gorgeous. This is in our mini catalog. But let me just show you. You know, they're always better when you see them. I know I'm with you, Myra. I love the little bird too. Look how beautiful these are. Love this one. So these papers, these are kind of papers that I always say, it's gorgeous. You don't have to do a lot with it. Let the paper do the work. Just add a greeting and some ribbons, some gems. But look at all these beautiful colors. I think these, well, I guess they're not asters. They're probably like coneflowers. Look at this one. How gorgeous. Very realistic. I love this one. All these different patterns. This is the one I'm going to use today on one of my cards. And then let me see if I can flip this over. So you have all these different colors with different like textures and things. So even like this light heather, Highland heather color. But that's the paper. It's called Splendid Autumn. Okay, now the other thing that comes with this, with the stamps and the dies, are masks. And I love using masks. I don't do it often, but whenever I do get them out and use them, I tell myself I should be doing it more often. So I have my parts and pieces. Okay. So I'm going to start with just a regular piece of basic white, and I'm going to use the large stamped image from the tree. I'm going to use Memento black ink, and I'm going to just ink it up this way. This is not the biggest stamp block that we have, but it's pretty big, and for me it's easier to kind of do it this way and make sure I've gotten things inked up really well. Maybe got a little bit too much there. Okay, I think that'll be all right. Okay, now I'm just going to stamp this. Give it a good press. Okay, so there we have our tree. I have also, ahead of time, let me see, where is here's my little bird. I've already stamped and die cut the bird. I will add some color to that in a minute. And then this piece is pumpkin pie, and I've used the distressed brick, I think is what it's called, distressed brick embossing folder. Okay, so I'm going to use my masks. These masks are really cool because they have 3 masks that are to be used with this tree, and they're numbered 1, 2, and 3. And then there are 3 masks to be used with the pine trees, and they're numbered A, B, and C, or lettered A, B, and C. Myra says, do I hear a little busy bee in the background? Yes, you do. There's a lot going on at my house today. There's some workers here ripping up our driveway, and never a dull moment around here. Okay, so what I want to point out to you, this is number 1. So when you do these masks, you want to do them in the numbers provided. So 1, we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. There's a little notch here that will help you get this position. But honestly, for the most part, I just kind of eyeball it. I'm just going to make sure it's kind of how I like it. I have put a little bit of washi tape here to hold this in place. And let me pull this out. I'm going to put a little bit on the bottom. The other thing you could do, because I'm using my glass mat, is to just put a little bit of Stampin' Seal on there, and that would hold the mask in place as well. You don't even have to use washi tape, but I like washi tape, so I thought it'd be fun to use it. And it kind of, the color goes with my project. So, well, maybe I can't get it off of here. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Set that aside a minute. So I'm just going to tear a little piece off. And this will help secure this on the bottom. So I'm going to start with Pecan Pie ink and my blending brush. And I'm just going to pick this up. I am going to just dab a little bit of this here because I don't want to get like a dark spot. I want it just to be kind of soft and blended. And one thing that you need, and you notice how I'm just kind of swirling around. One thing that you need to remember about these masks is that when you pull the mask away, the ink is going to be darker than it appears with the mask over it. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to take Early Espresso, because this tree has like this little knot in it, and I wanted to kind of highlight that. So I'm going to just take a dab of that and just kind of swirl it around the knot in the tree, just to kind of highlight that. I thought that'd be kind of fun. All right, so there's our first mask, and when you're done with this, all you need to do is you could use your cleaning cloth, but I normally just take these to my kitchen sink and run them under the tap water. So there's the first part of our mask, first part of our tree. Number 2 is this one. And again, I'm just kind of eyeballing, but if you want it to be, you know, perfectly lined up, you can make like a little notch where this notch is, like take a marker or something and make a notch there, and then you'll have it lined up perfectly. All right, so we have that. And for this part, I'm going to use Pumpkin Pie ink. I'm making a fall tree. You could do this in green. You could do whatever color you wanted. I'm going to put these away for a second here. Okay, and I'm going to take my small blending brush and pick up some pumpkin pie ink. And I'm just going to swirl it around. I want this to be lighter. My next color that I'm going to add is going to be Cajun Craze, so it's going to create a nice contrast. It's just fun to use these. They're just fun, and they're so easy, and they have easy cleanup. I think the leaves are just now starting to change. Okay, so I have that. I am going to take, so I have my pecan pie blend here, and I'm just going to make a mark here like this. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it, but I'm going to make that mark right there, and that's going to help me. This third one, when I was making my sample, I felt like the third one was the hardest to line up, and I wanted to have something to go by, so I'm going to use my little notch, and that's just going to line up there like that. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to tape it down, and I'm going to use Cajun Craze. I think I'm done with the pumpkin pie. And I have a different brush. I could actually use the same blending brush for pumpkin pie and Cajun Craze because they're in the same color family. But hi, Gran, how are you? Hi, Shar. Okay, and now I'm just going to add this darker color, just swirling around. The fun thing about this too is when you take this stencil away or mask, you know, depending on how much ink you use, each one is going to look a little bit different. Just really fun. Okay, so we have that. And there we go. Look how pretty. Fun, fun, fun. Let me hold it up so you can see. So there's the tree. Look how pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? You could do shades of greens. You could pull in, I mean, look around outside and see what color your leaves are. You know, when fall, when they really start changing. I'm going to clean this up here, my cloth. Okay. And then I'm going to put my ink away for a second. And I'm just going to bring in my mini cut and emboss machine and die cut this tree. Might have to trim this a little bit. Nope, it'll go through. Okay. Get my die. And I think what I'll do is take a Post-it note and I'm just going to tear a little piece of it off and just make sure this is lined up. I just don't want it to slip, so I'm just going to secure it right there, and then I'm going to crank this through. I love my little baby cut and emboss machine. It's great to just pick up. And one thing about the glass mat, like I told you, the suction cups on this combined with the glass mat keeps this from slipping, so your machine's not going to slip, which is good. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, so there we have our tree all cut out, and so cut out and beautiful. Set that aside. Did everybody have a good weekend? Let me know if you did anything fun. Okay, I'm going to take my Cajun Craze ink again, and I'm just going to blend a little bit of color on this exposed brick embossing folder. My Cajun Craze, dab a little there. I just wanted to highlight some of the texture on this, just kind of randomly. No rhyme or reason, really. I just thought that would add a little bit of interest. Like that. It's very subtle. I don't even know if you can see it, but yeah, you can see it if I hold it up like that. All right. So I'm going to clean this off again. And we are ready. Oh, the other thing I want to do real quick, I have one of my little birds, and I'm going to color her with light pecan pie. I'm just going to color her real quickly. She's going to be flying up in the sky. Okay, so we'll set her there for a minute. I'm going to get my cleaning cloth again and clean this off. This cleaning cloth right now is barely even wet. You really don't need it to be very wet. It just cleans everything off so easily. It's really nice. All right, let's put this card together. So I have a basic white card base, thick basic white. And I'm gonna grab my bone folder. I'm gonna score it on, or burnish it on both sides. Okay. I have a panel of basic beige, and I'm going to use, there's some good words in this. Thank you, birthday wishes for a day as great as you are, thinking of you and how you strengthen my life, and then no beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. That's probably my favorite one, and I'm not even using it on any of the cards today, but I have it on a sample that I made that I'm going to show you in a minute here. I'm going to make this a birthday card. I'm going to use Cajun Craze ink. And birthday wishes for a day as great as you are. This is just going to go in the lower right hand corner here. Okay. And I'm just going to glue this down. Myra, my desktop is a mess. Myra, I can relate. That's how it's supposed to be. Hi, Jean, how are you? You can't do this and not have a messy desk, right? If you don't have a messy desk, you're not doing it right. All right, I'm going to take this panel and just attach that here like this. And I'm going to have just a teeny little bit of the basic beige showing here on this side. Just a little sliver like that. Take some dimensionals. Let's see. I just pulled out, here we go. I pulled out a whole pack of dimensionals yesterday, and it took me a minute to find them there, but brand new, full pack, very nice. And I'm not sure, I'm going to take my snips and cut one of these. I cut a couple of them for the bottom there of the tree. This card is going to make you feel like fall. And you know, don't you think fall is in the air? It sure feels like it to me. Now, if you wanted this to be shimmery, you could cover this with Wink of Stella. That would be really fun. I like Wink of Stella. So we have that. And I just have my little bird, and I'm going to pop her up. So I'll use the other little bit here that I cut. Oh, and you know what I did? Okay, so I'm going to cut this in half. I forgot that I did this yesterday when I was making these cards. I'm going to put little dimensionals. I should have just used mini ones, but I'm going to put little dimensionals on her wings. And then I'm going to take the backing off of that. And then, I'm sorry, I think I'm too low. I hope you can see me okay. And then I'm going to put some glue on the center of her body, because I want that part to be more flat. And I'm just going to put her right there like that. I've got the dimensionals down, and then I'm just going to hold the center. That's right. Anne says a messy desk is a sign of a creative genius. See, Myra, we always knew we were geniuses, right? I think anybody that's a paper crafter must be a genius because we all have messy desks. Okay, but don't you? I think this looks so cool to have the bird like that. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell from the camera view, but the body of it is down, and I need to hold this a little bit longer to make sure that it sticks. It naturally wants to kind of pop up, but when it's down like that, I like that. I just think it's really cute. All right, and then the other thing I need to do is just add some gems. I'm probably just going to add one. I think I'm just going to put one there right by the words. These are the Earth Tone Shimmer Gems. I think I'm going to do this color. I think I'll just put one right there like that to kind of highlight my words. Whoops, that's a little bit too far over. Move it in a little bit. There we go. All right, so there's my first card. Birthday wishes for a day as great as you are. Isn't that pretty? I just think this is a beautiful card. Okay, now I have another one that I'm going to show you. This one is different. So this is the one I'm using that Autumn Splendor paper for, and here's all my parts and pieces. I picked this beautiful one because these are they look like pumpkins, and I have all my die cuts here ready. And so what I wanted to do with this, so this is, a different way to build a tree out of this set, one of several ways. And so you would just put the this trunk underneath these leaves like this, and I love the texture with that, but I wanted to make it look more fall like. I wanted to pull some colors from this particular designer paper. I have this set on Blackberry Bliss. You'll just see a little bit of that showing when I put this card together, and because there is Blackberry Bliss, and there are some trees. I don't know, I can't think of what color they are, but I know we have trees in our neighborhood that the leaves get that real deep, pretty purple. So what I'm going to do with this, I wanted to add some texture, wanted to add some color. I tried all different things. I tried, just all kinds of different things. And so what I ended up with, what I liked most, was using my sponge daubers. So let me pull those in here. And this is Peach Pie. Let me show you this die. It's really detailed. So when I die cut this, I put it in my die cutting machine and I ran it back and forth and back and forth. And then we have the little tool, which is an attachment to the take your pick tool that you run over the die, and it helps get some of the little bits and bobs out of there. I left some in on purpose because I like that look. That's just me. I know a lot of people like to poke out every single little thing. I like it this way. So I'm going to start. So this is die cut in Peach Pie. And I'm going to start with pumpkin pie. But what I'm going to, so then the other thing, I'm going to use my sponge daubers. And I tried just kind of rubbing them on the paper, burnishing them, I guess I could say. But then I thought I would experiment, and I'm going to use these the evergreen tree dies, and I'm going to just pick one. It doesn't really matter which one. I think I used A, and I'm just going to put this over these this die cut like this, and I'm going to get my pumpkin pie ink. I'm going to mainly use pumpkin pie and Cajun Craze on this. And I'm just going to dab off some and then just kind of swirl around here. Because you know how if you think about a real tree in the fall, for the most part, the leaves are not the same color. So you'll have some lights and some darks. Some may be green yet. Okay, so I did that. So there's the first part. It's kind of starting to look how I want it. And then I'm going to put the pumpkin pie away and get out the Cajun Craze. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do a little bit, just a little bit of pecan pie on this. I'm going to cover it up again. And I just want a little bit of brown. This is just fun. I just feel like I'm kind of playing around, right? Okay, a little bit of dark. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm going to put this away, and I'm going to now bring in my Cajun Craze. Yeah, so this is an online exclusive. Don't miss the online exclusives. I know oftentimes, and I'm the same, I look at the catalog and I miss out on things. And I know some of you perhaps do the same thing, but you got to go check those online exclusives. So now I'm just adding the Cajun Craze and adding a little dark. And I love that. I love how that looks. I think it looks kind of realistic for a piece of paper anyway. Isn't that pretty? I could add some more dark if I wanted to, but I think by using these masks, you get like little splotches of different color. You could pick up a blending brush and just add color as you want. You know, you could use a sponge dauber, but I liked doing it that way. I thought that was fun, and then you're using that mask. All right, so let's put this card together. Oh, I've got to do my little words. These are from, love these tags. These are a great set of dies. These are the greetings of the season. This is also an online exclusive. It has these great dies. These are great dies for year-round. It was released as part of a Christmas suite, but clearly it is something that you could use all year round. And I use this little tag here. What's really fun about these is that you can layer these. So like you could do, I'm just going to pull this out. Like you could do this die. The other thing I love is they have, when you die cut them, they punch a little hole. So they're all ready for like your ribbon. But then you can layer these. So like you could have something like this, something here, and then something here. A lot of possibilities with these. This is a great set. I love this shape and I love this big die cut. These are all, it's just a great set. That is called Greetings of the Season. And I'm just going to do thanks on this one, or thank you. I'm going to do it in Cajun Craze. Let's see how this looks on there. Yeah, I think that's pretty. I'll show you my sample that I made. I added more color. I did start with peach pie. I just added more darker color. It looks completely different. And that's kind of the fun thing about doing what I showed you, because it's going to turn out differently each time. Okay, so I'm going to do my thank you. Like that. And then the other thing I stamped on my inside panel, because I love birds so much, I'm going to stamp the bird on the inside. Just going to put her there. And then I'm also going to stamp a bird just directly on the designer paper, like she's just flying through the sky. Okay, so we have her, so pretty. And I think that's all I'm doing for stamping. All right. So I'm going to start with my Blackberry Bliss. Isn't that pretty? I love how it just pulls some of those purples. So I'm wondering, I think I asked this last week, how many of you have started working on your Christmas cards? I know there was somebody on here that said they already had theirs done. That is not me. I am not that person. Okay, so I'm just going to dab a little glue on my tree trunk. Just kind of catch the ends of the branches. And not even all the branches. Put that there. Like that. And then I'll put my tree. And isn't that pretty? So pretty. So I'm going to do some more dabs. I'll show you my sample because the tree is much darker. It looks quite different from this one. I'll just get that lined up like that. Whoops. Hold that down a minute. It is hanging over the edge here. I actually did that on purpose. I like that it is doing that. Yes, Colleen, I am doing a Christmas Stamp-A-Stack this year, for sure, yes. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this on here. Look how pretty. This is a pumpkin pie card base. Put that there. Okay, then I have my little thank you, and I have somewhere on my messy desk, I have some linen thread. Let me see, where is it? I gotta search, I just had it. Oh, give me a minute, here it is. There it is, okay. And I'm gonna do a double bow. As I was making this, I was pulling out, I was looking at all, I was trying to decide what paper to use, and I was pulling out, I'm gonna hold that down a second. Pulling out all the different papers, and oh my gosh, every pattern is just prettier than the next. They're all just so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to tie a double bow. This is a little bit of a small bow, and I'm going to pull the loops down. You know, I always do that. I like to do that. And then I'm going to pick up a glue dot. Oops, there's one right there. I'll put that about right there, like that. And then I'm going to take some dimensionals and pop my word up. Actually, I think I'll just put one of these larger dimensionals there. And I'm going to put it there like that. And then I'm going to take one of the gems again. And I kind of like this pinkish color with it. I thought that looked pretty. And I'm just going to put that right over that hole there, like that. So there you have that one. Isn't that pretty? It just makes you feel like fall. I think that is such a pretty card. I hope you all like it too. And then on the inside, I'm just going to glue my white panel with my bird. Okay, so we have that one. And then let me show you the sample that I made. Look how different. Both of them I started, both of these trees, the leaves I started with peach pie cardstock. I just added way more color. This is much, much darker, obviously. So I don't know which one I like better. I actually like them both. I don't think you can go wrong. Which is kind of the fun of it, right? You can add as much or as little color as you want. So those are those two. And then let me bring this one in again. And then I wanted to show you, get these out of the way here, all my stuff. This one is totally different. And this one I had made when I was talking about the glass mat, and I had that ordering special with that. This is one that I made with the shimmering embossing paste, and I used the masks, and I just added shimmery embossing paste with one of the masks, and then you just rinse it off. And I'm not sure if you can, yeah, you can kind of see it, but it's cool because it's like raised. It has added texture. The whole thing is raised, and I think this is a really, really pretty card as well. And this is, there's my favorite word phrase from that stamp set, and just put the whole of the tag at the bottom and tied that ribbon through, and I thought that was really pretty too. So those are my cards for today. This is called, again, this is called the Frosted Forest bundle, and I think you buy, I'm not sure, I think you might buy, I think the masks may be included, but it may be a separate purchase, but I know you can get the bundle, and as far as I know, it is available right now for ordering, so that's good to know. And then of course the designer paper is this beautiful Splendid Autumn. Okay, so that is what I have for you today. Don't forget, if you are interested in the 12 days of Christmas, if you sign up by today, by the end of the day today, you will still qualify as an early bird, because I made a boo-boo and forgot to send out a last chance list for that. So you still have another chance to do that. And then if you are interested in the kit for my one-day retreat that was held on Saturday, all kinds of different little gifty things you can give to people, please contact me. I have 2 left. It is $70 without shipping. I think you get close to $50 in product, $45 to $50 in product, I believe. So it's a really good, it's plus all the projects, it's a really good deal. $85 if you need it shipped. It will go in a big priority box, so that will be shipped to you if needed. So I have 2 left, so if you're interested, don't delay. And I want to thank you for joining me today. It's always fun to be with you, and as always, I hope you have time to be creative today. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.